that, I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, the peas got kind of turned into goo, and I don't think there's a chance of them bouncing back. I'm just going to let them sit there and see what happens. But yeah, that didn't work out so well. And I would have been surprised if it would have. So anyway, so we've got some other things to look at today. We're going to be busy today, just getting things cleaned up and rearranging things. And since it's so nice, that's what the plan is. Tomorrow we'll be busy. We have to go into town and get my hair cut. Woohoo! And I wanted you to look at these. I'm assuming they're daffodils. So all that's coming up, and there's quite a few of them. The thing is that somewhere in here are peonies, and I'm not sure where they are, and I hate to go digging stuff up, but we've bought a whole bunch of daylilies from Walmart, and we're going to stick them in there. And I don't want to plant them on top of the peonies, so I don't know when those will start showing. Over here at our garden, remember early this year, or late last year, we planted onions and garlic, and they had poked their heads up, and they got a little bit of frost pinch on them, but that's what happens. I mean, that's what they do. So I have no fears about them. These are onions right here. But all the good stuff takes place underground. And no matter what happens to these on the top is not indicative of what is going to happen or what's going on under the ground. So there's, you see them there. I'm kind of wishing now that we had planted more. I guess, I don't think, yeah, there is something in the last row there. So anyway, chomping at the bit to get our raised bed gardens set up. Terry built this box here last fall, and we've been throwing coffee grounds and all kinds of stuff in it. He says he's got enough materials that we can make another one, which is fine. That would be great, and I'm looking forward to that. And then we have some tubs, and we're going to line those all up, all the way up here, probably two all the way up, as many as we can get. And we have big plans for those. Besides getting the garden re-tilled back up, and I think we have a neighbor that might help us out with that. And flowers, oh my gosh. We are going to have flowers. And I've already got sunflowers, as you've seen, growing in the cottage, in the grow station. And I'm going to have to do something with them today because they're actually growing so tall that they're blocking the light for the rest of the plants. So I'm going to have to move some lights and put them in another place so I can have taller plants growing there. Today one of the projects is that we're going to be cleaning out the cottage. This is the building we call it. That's where the grow lights are, and then our business that we make jewelry. And there's another room, or it's like a building attached to this building, and we call it the warehouse. It's not heated, and it's just a pile of our stuff that we have not yet unpacked. So today we're going to go in there and clean some of that out, and Terry's going to put some shelves in there for our canning jars and stuff, because they just kind of taken over. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you, I had my green stalks in there, and I'm going to show you those. set up. They're just setting there. That's not where they're going to be. Last year I had them over here, and they did really well, except for the fact that they were stationary. By that I meant that whenever sun's shone on them, that's where it hit. Well, last year I invested in some spinners that go along with these, so I can spin these around, and so the sun can hit everything. It's too bad I can't put a little motor on there so I don't take care of it. But yeah, this one is very large. It's probably 4 feet tall, and so there's a lot of dirt in there. And that's another thing that I have to do as it gets closer to planting time. I've got to take this dirt out of here, and I'm going to mix it up. We have a cement tub. I'm going to mix it up with water, because this is potting soil, and when potting soil dries out, it's hard to get it to rehydrate. So I'm going to take care of that. The cottage is where we go in here, and that's where the plants and stuff are. But here's the warehouse, and this shelf right here, or series of shelves, he's going to expand on those a bit, and we're going to put our jars up there. But here's the rest of it. You can see it's just piled high full of stuff, and a lot of it has to do with our brewery business. This could be a nice room if it's finished up. I'd like to see it insulated, and you know, the ceiling, it looks like they attempted the ceiling at one time. I don't know what happened with that. You know, we inherited a project. So anyway, it's a nice room. Needs some work. There's a rot in here just like there was every place else. That all needs to be repaired, but we hope to repair it from the outside and not have to do so much on the inside. I finally got that accomplished. Look at those sunflowers. Oh my gosh, they're like a foot tall. And I will never do that again. It was an experiment to see if the bird seed would grow, and definitely they're growing. These things are going to be monsters, and I'm hoping I can keep them alive. We're going to go to the $1.25 store tomorrow and pick up some bigger pots to put them in. Back here in the corner is a plant. It wasn't a plant, it was just a little thing that I got last year. It's lemon verbena, and the leaves on it make delicious tea. They do smell like lemon, and man, I'm just in love with this. I'd like to grow more. Not supposed to keep it over, but I had it inside, and I decided to cut it, and I saw when I cut it that it was still green. So I'm going to see if this thing sprouts. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with it. We'll take a walk out now and see my mess. This is the grow room. That's where everything's growing. And see what Terry's doing. So I hear sawing and stuff going on out here. There he is. So what have you got going on, Terry?
This is another one of those projects where you start at the kitchen faucet and you end up out the curb stop. I was just going to put 2 boards down on a shelf and have a place to take care of all of our empty canning jars. When we moved down here, we didn't have any, and we had a ton of stuff, food that we lost in the back of our pantry, which we've been eating for a year. So now we got to have shelves to put the empty jars on. So it just got a little more complicated than I expected, but we're getting there.
I go in and take a look?
No.
No?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, he wants to wait until it's finished, so
It's a mess.
We'll see what happens. Well, I just showed him the mess in the other room, so we'll come back and see what happens with all that. Well, it's the next day, and we are having an amazingly beautiful day today. It's like t-shirt weather, and I've been out and about running around town and doing some stuff. Town is basically 8 miles away. So we don't go there very often unless we absolutely have to. I absolutely had to. I had to get my hair cut. But anyway, I didn't finish up and have a closing on the video, so I just thought I would add this a day later. And I wanted to show you that what Terry was working on. And so that's all organized. Get it flipped around. There we go. So he added onto the shelves so they extended out to that main post right there. And got everything up there, stuff we're not using at this time, but mostly it's jars. So that helps a lot, just getting that stuff out of the inside of the house, because our house is not that big and it took up a lot of room. So I just wanted to tell you all to keep watching our videos, like, subscribe. Get your face out of the sun here. Maybe I'll face the sun. Like and subscribe, and tell your friends, and share and comment and all that. It helps us out. So maybe one day we'll get enough monetization that we can get a guest house. All right, love you all. God bless from Toad Hopper Ranch. Bye.